Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to ChatPlays, Deadlands. I am Todd Moonbounce. I will be your marshal for this evening's event. Glad you're all here with us tonight. So, a little bit about how this all works. If you are in chat, go ahead and warm up those dice, exclamation points, and D4, D6, etc. as you want. Go ahead and pick a number there, and you will roll a dice. We will utilize that throughout the game as you, the viewer, will play this. So you will take the role of our huckster, as we chose last time, and you will get to decide what that person does. 128th, welcome. How are you doing this evening? Thanks for coming out. So let's recap where we were last time. So you had traveled up into the Mazama Mountains, I believe it is, and traveling through the cold snow, and came across a camp to take refuge, and unfortunately a strange creature with massive arms came out and attacked you. You were able to get away, luckily, and you found that refuge in the camp and came across its very odd occupants. A bunch of amputees in various ways, missing arms, missing legs, both. And they told you that this strange individual came along and said that they would be able to create these large creatures to fight off the evil that was in the further depths of the cold, and so that is why you have individuals missing arms, because this person, this mad scientist, took their arms to put them on a creature or someone with legs, etc. And it seemed pretty strange, but oh well, that was all to them. So you've been around the camp a little bit. You've talked with a few of the occupants and whatnot, and just kind of seeing what you can do for now and to continue on their journey. They have said, if you help us deal with our troubles, we will help you get to where you need to go. Continue on your travels. So, with that, we I think are ready to pick back up. So, we had left off as you all had entered into the camp chapel. And you walk in. There's an eerie whisper almost as the wind blows through as you open the door, and you find a cold wooden pew and take a seat. So our first prompt of the evening. Would you like to just sit, have a place to think, or are you here to pray for divine assistance? Alright, this poll is live, so you can only vote once, so choose wisely, 1 or 2 in the chat. Do you want to just sit here to think, or are you here to pray for assistance? Make a choice, and we will see what happens. Alright, looks like we are going to attempt to pray for assistance. And so, as we do, whether you're normally the praying type or not, now seems like a good time to do a little leaning on the everlasting arm, if you will. We are not blessed. Let's see, do we have Weird West option 14? We do not. So, we go to our next part of the story here. As you sit in the pew, welcome James, thank you for the subscription, by the way. Hope you're doing well tonight. As you sit here in the pew, you gaze at the cross on the altar. It is decorated with nautical themes, a ship, a whale, and a man floundering in the sea. So we need a notice roll. So in the chat, let's check our stats here. Notice for our huckster is a D6. So in the chat, I need 2 D6s. So exclamation point D6, and I'll take 2 of those, because in Savage Worlds, every character also has a wild die, it's called, and that is a D6. So exclamation point D6. Anyone that wants. There's 1. Okay, we have a 2, and I need 1 more. 1 more D6, so we do have 2 of those to roll. The target number is generally 4 in Savage Worlds, so that's in Deadlands, so that's what we're after. We want at least a 4. And get 1 more D6, and we'll see if we can get over that line. 128th, go ahead and roll that if you'd like. Roll our second D6. Okay, not much better. Unfortunately, that will be a fail overall. As you're staring up at the cross at the front, on the arms of the cross, you spy handprints in dried blood. Seems that somebody died here, gripping that cross for dear life when they met their end. Now at this point, as you continue to sit here in this cold pew, you want to continue to sit and think, or are you ready to head out and go somewhere else? 1 or 2 in the chat. 1 if you want to stay and continue to think, or 2 you want to leave the chapel. Alright, we are ready to head out. We'll be leaving the chapel. You step out into the cold, frigid air here at the camp. And looking at our Weird West options there to see what we've collected along the way. First true option, 8. Okay, we don't have 8. We have, I don't have 18. I don't have 19. I don't have Weird West option 19, so there we go. Alright, we have gained Weird West option 19. And the Weird West options is just a way in our our pick a plot adventure to tell us what we've already done. So that should update. There it does. Okay, and as you're outside, an immense man with an elk's antlers protruding from his severed elbows charges into the camp. The lumberjacks call him Antler Hands. Antler Hands is a patchwork whore. As he rushes in, as you see him rush into the camp, you can attempt to try and defeat this beast or sneak over to the shack. There we go. All right. 1, if you want to try and sneak away. 2, if you would like to engage this massive beast. Okay, we got some competition tonight. So, you have a few more seconds. Anyone else wants to get in there? And 28th is ready to go at it. Okay. I think that will wrap us up there, and we will attempt to sneak away. And so, you attempt to creep out through the snow. We need a stealth roll. Let me roll a d6 here on our game. And this will be the target number. Okay, I forgot to mark that as an ace, so I get to roll that again. Okay, so 8 is the target number. In Savage Worlds, when you hit the maximum amount on a dice, you get to roll again and keep going until it stops if you do. So, you guys have to get an 8 or greater to be successful here. So, your stealth is a d6. So I need the first 2 d6s in chat. Exclamation point d6, and I will take the first 2 results. If you roll a 6, re-roll. All right, we have a 3. That's not going to do it. And we have a 4, so that unfortunately those will not work. We do have 2 bennies. I will... Chat, would you guys like to use one of your bennies? A benny allows you to make a re-roll. So if you think that you can get after a raise to be able to... or an ace and explode these dice and get after that, yes or no? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Alright, we're going to be conservative here and just deal with the consequences. I think that's fair. And so we unfortunately do fail that stealth roll, and we will be seen. And therefore, the abomination then rushes out and sees you as you try to get sneak away and lets out a roar. And you realize that going to be in trouble here. Luckily, we have some companions in the camp that'll help us out. And so, let's start some combat. Unpause here and bring in opponents. Okay. All right, you've lucked out on the draw. We use cards for Savage Worlds as well to do our initiative, and you have drawn the best one of so far as a Jack of Hearts. So you guys get to go first. So the enemy is a good 10 square inches on the game board away. You are a huckster, so you basically have casting powers to do so, to attack with, such as... your main one here is probably going to be Bolt. So you'll let out a blast of energy, and Bolt, let's see, has a range of smarts times 2, which I think is plenty. Smarts, you guys are at an 8, so yeah, 16 inches definitely can reach to the enemy. And one other thing that I think we can try to do, I didn't look up any of the powers, so it might get a little complicated to try and deal with the devil that you can sometimes do. But let's see here. Okay, so let's go with. What do you guys do here? Do you want to attack with bolts or attempt to run away? 1, if you would like to attack. 2, if you would like to run away. All right, everyone's ready for action. So we're gonna fire off that bolt. And so, with that, powers bolts. Okay. So we first need to make a spell casting roll to make sure that the power goes off. So in the chat, I need a D8 and a D6. Because we always get to roll that D6. So I will take the first D8 and the first D6 I see in chat. We're looking for at least a 4. Alright, we do have a success there. We have 2 successes individually. So the power goes off. You pull out your cards that you use as the huckster, and they begin to glow with this energy, and you kind of shuffle them through the air and then throw a couple of them out, and it blasts out this bolt of energy towards the incoming beast and hits square. So we now see, let's see, bolt does... Alright, 2d6 damage when it is hit. So, go ahead and give me 2d6 from the chat. I'll take the first 2 d6s. And again, if you get a 6, we'll roll again. See our damage here. Very nice. Pie Batty, go ahead and roll again. So we've got 6 and a 4, and then Pie Batty, give me another d6 and see what we add to it. We're sitting on 10. Very nice. That's a solid roll. So 15 points of damage. Excellent, excellent rolls. Let's go see it here. And I think you guys are all the same. I gotta find this guy's stat block. This is 8. He's all the same. Yes. Okay. So that is a hit. And what did we say? 15? That's a raise. Because you went 4 points over his toughness. But that is fantastic. I have no bennies to soak that, to negate that. So you are going to take out the creature. The enemy goes down. Awesome. The bolt just erupts at the creature, and it courses through its body. The antlers that are kind of coming out of its arms like crack and fall off, and the beast falls to the ground in a kind of a wet thud into the heavy snow that it's around. All right, we have incapacitated the enemy. Continue on. Table. All right, we have taken care of the, what do we say? Antler, I forget the guy's name. Antler Hands. We have taken care of Antler Hands. All right. That's two, I believe that's two of the horrors that we've dealt with. Continue on. So, you look around and you need to go somewhere else. So we've ran by the chapel, the mess shack, supply shack, and barracks. I don't remember if we've gone to the supply shack and the barracks, but we'll put them all on here actually. 1, 2, or 3, where would you like to go from here? Supply shack, barracks, or the mess shack? And I know, John, you were here last time. You might remember if we went to one of those. Yeah, we have, yeah. All right, well, we got one more to break our tie. There we go. Okay. The barracks it is. We head over to the barracks. When you enter the barracks, you see a raven perched over the doorway. There's always a bit of bone, or tooth, or some jiggling red string of flesh in its beak. It bobs its head as if it's laughing at you. Here in the barracks, you see a few individuals here. The leader that you've talked to before, Butt Kicker Bendy, gentleman that only has legs, given his name. See if you want to talk to him about raising a posse to fight the creatures. You don't have any wounds, so you don't really need to deal with that. You can see about some work, maybe make some money, or are you ready for some sleep? Here are your options. Talk to Butt Kicker, see about work, or get some sleep. 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. What would you guys like to do at this point? Combat. Leaning towards work. Any more? All right, we'll call it. Oh, we need some money. We'll go see what we can do and maybe earn some. If you're looking for money, stranger, we could use a hand at the sawmill, voice says. Yes, you nod and smile. You folks seem a little short-handed. Your joke doesn't go over as well as you hoped. So, running the sawmill is dangerous. But you can earn up to $50 a day. If you'd like to work the mill for 8 hours, we can. Otherwise, we can return to the barracks and see if what else there is to do. Number 1 for work the mill, 2 for return to barracks. Got my rule book here and pull up on the dramatic tasks. I'll look it up in the game quick. Pop that out. Business. Awesome. Okay, looks like we're gonna continue and work the mill. So see how we can do there. Definitely a good chunk of change we can earn if we do. So we're gonna work the mill. Let's go to that. All right, this is a challenging repair-based task. I don't believe that you guys have the repair skill, so that'll be fun. All right. So let's see here real quick. This is a challenging task. You have to get 4 task tokens in 3 rounds. So it's not too bad. Basically, you'll earn a token for every success. If you get a raise, you'll get 2 tokens. So definitely good opportunity here. Basically, we need to succeed on each round and then have at least 1 raise within there as well. So we will go ahead and begin that. And as I said, unfortunately, you guys do not have the repair skill, so that will be untrained. In Savage Worlds, you can certainly try things, but if you're not proficient in that, then you do it untrained, and that becomes a D4 -2. Luckily, we still have that wild die, which is a D6. So, let's go ahead and start with round 1. I'm going to go ahead and actually... I'll just keep track. Okay, so round 1 here. Give me, in chat, I need the first D4 and a D6. We're looking for at least a 4. An 8 would be amazing. Remember, if you roll the highest number on your die, roll again. D4 and a D6. Alright, 128th with the D4, and that's a -2 for a 1. But over with our wild die, John has pulled off a 4, and that's a straight 4. That is a success. So we have our first token for the job. We have 1. So we go to the round. We continue working. It's a tough job. We're getting the hang of it. We'll now go to the next round. Hopefully we can make up some ground here. Again, D4 and a D6 in chat. All right, Pie Batty, you can actually roll that again because that's an ace. So roll that one more time. We'll still need a D6 as well. Hey, no luck on the D6, but Pie Batty, we might still be able to get more. Okay, a 3. Awesome. So that's a 7 total minus 2, which will give us to a 5. That's a success. That's what we want at the minimum. So we are looking good. 2 tokens of our 4. We have our last round, so this one we have to get a raise so we can get those 2 other tokens. So we might have to look at using some bennies here to succeed. So we come into round 3. Once again, give me a D4 and a D6 in chat. See if we can get there. We need to get an 8. Hoping to avoid any incidents in the sawmill. Alright, that's not going to do it with the D4. Let's see what the D6 comes, and then we'll consider spending a Benny. Alright, no luck there. I will let you guys decide. Do you want to spend a Benny to re-roll? 1 for yes, 2 for no. You have 2 total Bennies available at this time. Mr. Doom is being conservative here. Okay, you're good with the results. Okay, so we will unfortunately finish our work because we got a 2 and a 3. So we got no successes that round, and unfortunately that means that is a failure for our work. And in a failure, the there is an incident of some sort in the sawmill, and you'll take a wound. So that will cause penalties to all of our rolls until that is taken care of. We will grudgingly be paid $10, so you earned something. Plenty of cash there. And lastly, let's continue on and see what else happens. Alright, so it says this may be it. Number 4. This doesn't really make sense in this adventure. Next, let me go back to that. Is that 100? Come on, let's catch up here. Running the sawmill, if you'd like to work 89. Alright, we did that. On a failure, take a wound in... Oh, if you're incapacitated. Okay, never mind, sorry. We were not incapacitated. Jump the gun. Alright. So you come back to the barracks after you've done your work, and you've done what you can there. You know, you are wounded. What do you want to do at this point? Do you want to leave the barracks or get some sleep? 1 or 2 in the chat. Sounds good, wife guy. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Hope to see you on the next one. Enjoy your meal. Okay. Convincing, get some sleep. We will do so. And it's probably, you know, kind of fudge this in regards to the time it is. We'll say we came in the camp early enough that you could sleep, you could still work for that 8 hours, as you now lay down in the barracks and get another 8 hours of much needed rest. You had a tough travel coming in, and so we restore all our power points. I do believe the wound will go away. We have Night Terror's Hindrance. We do. Okay, so let's see what happens there. Fun, fun. Let me double check that wound on the rest. Yeah, just we'll say that the wound is healed. And yeah, is that it did say major, didn't it? Yep. So that'll be fun. Let's see, what does that say on the major? So -1 on spirit rolls. It might just be major in general. I think it is straight up a major. I don't think there's a minor version. So which one did we need to go to? 98, 33. As you lay there in the barracks, you toss and turn, and as you deal with these night terrors, your own horrified moans and shrieks get you carried to the back of the room for the rest of the night. Here, you must make a vigor check or suffer a level of fatigue. So, let's go. We have, we'll say that you guys bought the coat. I think from before, you were smart enough to grab the winter coat. We'll say that you were wearing that, and that helps with the weather in here. So, we need a vigor check. And that will be a D6. So in chat, please, first 2 D6s, exclamation point D6. See if you survive this and avoid some fatigue. All right, hopefully we can do better than that. One more D6. Okay. And I will give the option. Do you want to use a Benny for a reroll? Okay, there we go. So we will spend a Benny. So give me those rolls again. D6 in the chat. Need 2 of them. We'll spend a Benny. We're down to 1. Alright, hopefully the next one can help us out here. We need 1 more D6 and hopefully get over the line. Looking for a 4. There we go. Let's see here. Yes, very good. Alright. Doesn't mention anything specific about a raise, so don't need to worry about it. But if you want, John, go ahead and roll again if you like, just to see what that would have came out to be. Okay, so a 7. Still, that's good. Good roll. All right, so we come back. We wake up in the barracks, and you know you've pretty much exhausted your options here. You've done some work and whatnot, so you head back out into that cold, frigid air, and think about what can we do next. So look at our Weird West options again. We don't have 18. We don't have 19. We do have 19. 20 is the next one. So we gain Weird West option number 20. I'll fix my position here. Oh. Okay. Hi, Batty. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hope to see you on another one when we come back. Have a good rest of your night. So, Weird West option 20, 142. As you come out into the frigid air, another of these weird creatures rushes forward. This one you can see is a woman that has Sasquatch arms replacing her own. She looks like a normal woman for the most part, but then her arms are these hairy, large mitts, and she charges right at you. Beside her roars an immense man with the head of an ox and an exposed, pulsating human brain. A very disturbing sight. Poxy Polly and Oxhead have come to call. So we head back into battle. Do we have the attractive edge? I do not believe we do, so those do not apply. And we begin again with some combat. You want to sneak away, or do you want to fight? 1 or 2 in the chat. Attempt to sneak away. Or are you going to stay and fight? All right, we've got a tie. Hopefully we've got a tiebreaker vote in the chat. Looking for one more. See what we do. Okay, yep, that's what I was going to do. So I'll go ahead and do that in chat, or in the game for that, and we'll see what happens. So we will do /R D2. Should work out, and we will go with a 1, which was 1 will be sneak away, 2 will be fight. Heads for 1, tails for fight. See how this coin turns out. And that is a 2, so that is going to be go ahead and fight. We will try to take it on. You luckily have a couple counterparts that you've helped out earlier, and they will be there to fight alongside you. So let's go ahead and get back into that. This guy is not dead. He's there. We're going to put them... I'll leave them separate. Alright. Black Joker for Lenny. And I will say, because he is on your team, you guys will get the Benny for that. Whenever you draw, I will give you guys the Benny. But he does get some benefits from that, which is fantastic. Lenny is up, and Lenny sees you guys coming. Or sees these two, Polypoxy and Oxhead is going to help out and do what they can to attack. So, Lenny, double check them again. Hey, Burnsy K, welcome. Thank you so much for the sub. Welcome, welcome. We're just getting into some combat here, so Lenny here is going to shoot from the mess shack with his marksman edge, which is fantastic to have, and I think I put that on here. Nah, let me look that one up real quick. I think that gives a plus. Equipment, edges. Marksman edge. +1. Yes, +1, and or can ignore points, penalty points from called shots, etc. So definitely a good one to have. We'll go ahead and take a shot here at the first enemy. And I think they just all have their Colt Frontiers. Yes. And we'll say this is going to be a called shot to the head, but they do get a they ignore 2 points of that, so we'll put a +2 on that. Hopefully that'll work. It does not, unfortunately. So that is Lenny's turn. Swing and a miss. Did they get their +2 bonus from the Joker? They did. Oh, that's a bummer. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would have been a hit. But we know that the called shot to the head is important here. But we will continue on. And you guys are up. So we're in the fight, so I assume you guys are looking to attack. So we'll try and use that bolt again. Go after the same enemy here. In the chat, I need a spell casting, which is a D8 and a D6. So roll me a D8 and D6. I will take the first results. See if you guys can hit with your bolt. All right, that's a success from Burnsy K. Okay, so we have a success there. The bolt will go off, and we said before 2d6 is the damage here, so roll me 2d6. Give me two individually, 2d6s, I should say, exclamation point d6, and then we will take the damage from that against one of our enemies. Alright, just a couple points there. Hopefully we can get over that, because these things are pretty tough. We do need to get past that toughness, so really going to hope for something big. And one more d6. Alright, 5 points of damage. Fire off the cards again. They illuminate before you, and you blast out this bolt of energy. Unfortunately, it does not do enough to the creature. They are just too hardy, and they shrug off the attack, and nothing really comes from it, unfortunately. That is the rest of your turn, and we continue to the enemy that you were just attacking, and they will... they're in the distance, but going to rush forward, and going to go ahead. We'll spend their pace die to see if they can get to you. And unfortunately, the snow is pretty rough and deep, so they can only go 5 points towards you, which might be a good thing. And they just let out a roar as they rush forward. The other is going to do the same. As they rush out, and they get a 9 on theirs, so they can only go, we're going to round down in this, so just 4 squares for them. And Lefty, our other counterpart, is up, and he will take a shot as well. Okay. That will be a hit. So let's roll some damage. 7 points. All right, shaken. Wait, why isn't it 8? Armor piercing. Do they have armor? Damage 1. Oh, must be +1 on the damage. Awesome. Okay, well that's good. So that does cause a shaken. All right. So that's helpful. Very good. Let's go to round 2. Ooh, a joker for the bad guys. That goes to me as the DM. Alright, so they are up, and he's going to continue rushing towards, and does have enough pace to get to you. Oh, no, it actually has to run, because they are still too far away, and that's what they're going to do. Not get much out of it. Unfortunately, that's only 3. And I don't know if they have a reach item. Let's see. They do not. So they're just going to lash out. And actually, they are shaken, which they need to do a quick spirit roll to see if they can do that. Because if they can't, then they can't even run. That's a success. So we're good. All right. Moving on. Lefty's up. Is going to take a shot again. And will succeed almost with a raise. Ooh, not enough damage though, unfortunately. It doesn't do anything. Lenny is up. Will do much of the same. Target that. Will unfortunately miss. And that brings us to you all again on your turn. So, you have this enemy right in front of you. You think that you probably need to do something about that. So we can move out of the way, which I'll go ahead and say that you guys do move, but you can also go ahead and take your 1, 2, oh, we'll go one more over as you start running in towards the camp deeper. And then we'll take probably another bolt. I would assume that you guys want to do that. So in the chat, again, please give me a D8 and a D6. We're looking for at least a 4. We can get a raise out of this. It would be good. Oof. We do not want to see another 1. We do not want to see another 1. All right, John rolls the 5. That is a success. That is fantastic. Okay. And I know we'll go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and just say that you guys, you faced in the face of danger here. You decided to spend extra 2 points to upcast this and get some extra damage out of it. So you get 3d6 damage this time, knowing that you're in danger. How much does this cost? 1, 3. I think we were full, but we casted bolt once already and it went off. So yeah, I think we're right here at 5. Okay, so I need d6s in the chat. The first 3 of them will be our damage. So d6 3 times in the chat. All right, 2 points, better than 1. Hopefully get a bit more. All right, Burnsy, re-roll that because that explodes. So we're sitting on 8 points. And we still have 1 extra die to roll. John, if you want to roll that 3rd one. Okay, so 2 more, so we're at 10 points. And we need 1 more d6. Finish off our damage here. Very nice, a 5. Okay, so we were at 10 plus 5, 15. Another awesome roll, and that's going to definitely take out this enemy with a raise, because they were shaken, but they're hardy, so a second shaken result doesn't cause a wound. So luckily we caused a wound and a raise. Actually, I think 2 raises. 8. No, it just barely missed it, but still, they go down. And with that, that is your full turn. We'll continue around to the other enemy, who is going to do more of the same of just trying to rush towards you all. And will unfortunately not get much in the way of doing so. Let's go to the top of round 3. Alright, Lefty and Lenny lead it off. Do what they do. Target that guy. Hopefully we can get a good roll here. At least a hit. That is a hit. And let's get some good damage. Come on. There it is. Nice. That's massive. Alright. So that is going to take out the other enemy. Yeah, he would have been at 0, but 2 raises. 2 wounds, I should say. A massive hit as Lenny gets a snipe from out the window. And the 2 beasts fall to the ground. Alright, as the 2 beasts fall to the ground, you taking out, we'll say that you guys took out Poxy Polly, the one who had the Sasquatch arms, and she fell to the ground, and then Lenny snipes in that pulsing brain of Oxhead, just snipes him right in the head, and it kind of explodes, and they both fall to the ground. The snow begins to turn red as their blood leaks out, as you've taken out 2 more of these enemies. We have now killed 4 of these beasts. You're hoping that there's not many more left. We do gain a Benny because we have killed 4 different of these horrors, so that will come in handy. So that brings us up to 3, as we had that Joker there. And we gain Weird West option number 8. Keep pushing me off the screen. I need that to align the other way. It's alright. And finally, as you look around, you see that these pieces of the Patchwork Men lay scattered over the crimson snow. And you feel confident that this part of the adventure might be wrapping up, hopefully. So, do you have anything else to do? Let me see here real quick what this says. Okay, going back to the other, I think we visited everywhere: Mess Shack, Supply Shack, Barracks, and Chapel. We have done all that. So, let's see what else we have. Let's see, it's asking us about our Weird West options. If you have 17, we do not have 17. Agent or Texas Ranger Edge, we do not. If you'd like to gather the lumberjacks in the chapel for a little tale telling, go to 63. Yeah, let's see. 1 second. Just kind of reading ahead here to see what. Okay, let's go to do some tale telling here. We arrive and. Is Butt Kicker? Butt Kicker is still around, yeah. He would be in the, I think he's still in the barracks, or the mess hall, whichever one he was in, yeah. How many Weird West options do you have? 1 through 7. We only have 1. If you have less than 4, go to 70. More than 4. We only have less, so... Derek V, welcome. Thank you for the subscription. Glad to have you here. So you gather the surviving lumberjacks in the chapel. There's not a ton of them, but these sturdy men have big hearts. Their hope may be just enough to heal this mountain. We now need to make a persuasion roll. Do not believe we have the tale teller edge. We do not. So, persuasion for our huckster is a d6. So decent at that. So in the chat, please give me 2 exclamation point d6s. I'll take the first 2 exclamation point d6. And we have gained some popularity, which I've been just kind of keeping on my own. So I think we're easily at a +4 on that. So we're already starting off with a success, I think. Very nice. 128th. Go ahead if you want. Re-roll that. See what else we get. With that, there's not really any benefits to the raise. But very nice. 11 is great. So you tell this tale of what you've just gone through, recounting, dealing with these 4 patchwork horrors, your travels even up to the mountain and struggling through the winter. At the end of your tale, there's cheers and applause from the lumberjacks. They all break out their best bottle of Swedish vodka and sing a lumberjack song in your honor. The air seems lighter today over Crater Lake. We've earned Weird West option 22. And we head back to the beginning here. All right. And with that, you turn your eyes towards Crater Lake and Wizard Island on the far side. You know whoever sent these abominations waits for you. None too happy now that you've dismembered his creations. You've earned conviction. So we can use that. Let's see if there's an option on here for conviction. No, this sheet has it. Okay, we'll just have to make, let's see. Alright. And conviction, I'll have to double check on what that is, but it is a pretty cool. Let's see if we can just look it up real quick. There it is. Conviction special award that allows you, essentially kind of a Benny. You get to add a d6 to your traits, to all trait and damage totals until the beginning of the next turn. So it's kind of a one-time use, but definitely pretty powerful there. The fog burns away in the morning sun, and you spy a slouching figure shuffling his way up from the lakeside cliff. Upon entering the village, the old man stops abruptly, scratching his head at the sight of the shattered corpses. "This your handiwork?" he says, one eye squinting. You nod. "They pay you to do it?" "Not exactly. Bendy said if I helped to get rid of these monsters, he would help me get home." The old man snickers. "Yeah, I expect you'll be wanting to get over to Wizard Island then." Hope wells up within you. Yes, I believe I do. "Alrighty then. We just gotta get you across the Witch's Cauldron first." "Crater Lake, you ask?" "Yes, Crater Lake, if you like. There's only one problem." "One problem?" you prod. "Yes, it's only 6 miles by water to that island. But Big Eunice is between here and there, and Big Eunice never sleeps." We have just gained an advance, which allows us to level up. But cannot string up that hammock yet. Our adventure continues into Chapter 2 as we attempt to cross the Witch's Cauldron. So we know our Weird West options, and we would continue to chapter 2 of this story. And with that, I think we wrap up tonight as well. So it was good, good fun, good episode. We'll continue on this down the road here as we go to chapter 2 and try to get across the Witch's Cauldron, as the old interesting man mentioned. And of course, thank you everyone for coming out. It was great to have a couple more people come out, so it definitely helps with the voting and everything. Hope you guys had a good time. We'll see. I might jump into a different game the next time I come back with ChatPlays. Come back to Deadlands though, because this has been super fun adventure. I definitely want to continue this. But I know there's a good Call of Cthulhu Choose Your Own Adventure that would work great for this as well. That's a system I've been wanting to check out. But yeah, appreciate it to everyone. John 128th, Burnsy K, Derek V, thank you again, and for the sub as well. Anyone else? Candy and Bing in chat could be, give us a salute in chat for the bots. Everyone got to say hi to the bots. Thank you guys so much for coming out. And outside of this, let's see this week. What do we have going on? I believe Sunday is Sunday. I don't remember the last time I played games. Sunday there might be a game. There is, yes. Sunday will be Living Force Star Wars 5e. We'll play that live with my group, and then Wednesday I'll be back on Valor Studios Twitch for Deadlands Hellgate Trilogy as I play character in that, and then Thursday back again for more Deadlands as we continue horror at Headstone Hill. So come back, hope to see you again, and definitely for ChatPlays. Appreciate it, guys, very much. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you again soon. Good night, all.